How did Boris get up there?
I know. So he came up here.
He came up where?
Walked down on here.
And then fell off on... okay. Hi, Boris. Well, I think that's where Boris lives now.
Oh, you screwed, bruh.
Boris, you are now Balcony Boris. Oh, now you're letting him in. Now you're going to save him. Oh, now he's going to wander about now. Look, Boris. Oh, well. Well, I'll catch him later.
You were driving with Crash.
Crash landed.
Crash landed. Oh, look.
Woohoo! Yeah, see you later, world. I have landed successfully on the space. Hey, old man! I just floated off it. I didn't want. Man, the gravity. Now then, welcome back to another episode of Revenge of the CTeam with Nemgo. Guess who the Blaze is?
This is Postman Pat.
Postman Pat. Hi, Postman Pat. How are you doing? Where's your cat?
I killed it. I was starving.
Why did the first thing you thought of was Postman Pat?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
You just have a mind for Postman Pat?
Okay, sorry.
Is it Batman?
The Batman, the Blaze Man.
Blaze Man!
How are you doing, Blaze Man? Today we are over at the mob farm. Well, the XP farm, battle tower mob farm thing. And we've been thinking about how things are going to work. And right now, everything's going to work because it's dark up here. But that wasn't the plan exactly. I'll just put some more torches on just to try and make sure they don't spawn while we're doing this. Going to move these spawners down. We're going to put some light source in the Skelly farm to stop it from spawning when we want to turn it off. And we're going to remove the stairwell, which sounds like you were just starting on. And then we're also going to install a few grinders and mob spawners and essence creators and all sorts of funky things along those lines.
Can we install a Stanner stair lift?
A Stanner stair lift. We can install some teleporters. That's fine.
Getting a bit old now when the legs.
And we can install as much XP grinding materials as possible. That's the other thing, is to try and make it as XP grindy as possible. Yeah, we want to bring this level down a little bit. So we got at least a 3-block gap just here. I think this will do. And that way we can do a stairwell and all of our pipe work and all that kind of stuff just behind here. But we have things spawning around us to try and kill us, so I'm going into blaze mode. Haven't you got a big hammer?
Yeah.
You're not using the big hammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's dirt.
But it doesn't do dirt. Yeah, good point. And it seems to be a lot of dirt there as well. Okay, so we're gonna be fixing up this to make it an epic multi-function mob farm with mine factory reloaded mob essence and spawners and grinders and cookies. We could include a few cookie jars if you want as well. You got all sorts of things. Stanner stair lifts, that was another thing. Other stair lifts are available. And try and make it so that this is a mob farm that fits all of our purposes. Hopefully.
Will it make me a sandwich on too?
Will it make you a sandwich? I don't know if I can guarantee that. Wow, I just fell all the way down
Well,
to
this
the
clearly won't have the Nemgo guarantee of approval of sandwich making, will it?
approval of sandwich making. No. I have installed a typesetting table and a printing press. And that is able to copy enchantment books and stuff.
Where have you done that? Have you done that?
I've done that in the XP farm. So I've managed to get a Sharpness 5 enchanted book.
Wow.
Sharpness 5, ready to go onto our brand new swords when we make them. But it's all about getting some decent armor and stuff going. So we're working on the idea that we can use the mob essence from Mine Factory Reloaded mob farming to also auto-enchant books and things as well. So everything's going to go in here, but all the books, accessories, and all that kind of stuff is going down this area here to the bottom so that we've got all the books to choose from, and then we can enchant stuff and do stuff as much as we want. That's the plan. So we've got to do a little bit of prep work of the walls and the floors and all that kind of stuff, because it currently looks like an ugly hole. But that's only to be expected. An ugly hole. So I'm going to make some more of this blackout blind glass and empty my inventory a little bit. It's dark glass I want to use, because I want to be able to see into the mob farm as well. So I'm going to take out a lot of that stuff. Dark glass. This dark ethereal glass. Dark glass, there we go. Which is the blackout curtains and the thickened glass together. Makes 5 blocks. And I want to use those on each level. I've also already made the auto spawners and the grinders. I've got a furnace supply. I've got some tanks for the essence and all that kind of stuff. Need to make a couple of redstone lanterns to be able to turn on and off different levels as we want as well. So we'll be back in a bit when we've done some more prepper work. Okay, so the first stage of digging out a huge area here and putting lights to stop the skelly spawning is successful. Now I just have to seal the skelly farm back in again, but I'm using half slab, so that will clean that up. I've made sure that there's a light source of a large amount right above each skelly spawner, and there are 12 skelly spawners, so this farm is a 12 skelly spawner farm. Quite epic. And they're all 4 blocks away from the wall, or the 4th block away from the spawner is a wall. That was another important factor, so that they can't spawn in the wall away from the spawners. So that was my my best attempt at keeping vanilla spawners in check. For this level, that is good. Next up, I think we could probably keep this to be just 1 block above the light source, because we ourselves can fly in bat mode. So we can bat mode it into this little crawl space, basically, when we need it. Yeah?
To bat mode it.
To bat mode. So we can bat mode it by just having it lined up like that, at this height for the ceiling of this level, like that. And then down here, I want to open up these walls to put glass down it. I think 3 blocks of glass would be better than just 2 high. But 2 high, you can still see everything in there. So, yeah, maybe I'll just stick to less glass, because it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Quite expensive.
We're not rich, man. We're not rich.
We're not rich, no. And I just took out the cobblestone that's underneath there as well. So I'm going to fix that up as well. So we've got glass there. And then on the next floor up, we're going to have a hole in the next floor up to look at the zombie spawners. So the zombie spawner floor will start about there. Yeah. So we'll have a grinder on this kind of level, which means we'll need another floor at this kind of level as well, and then more windows at this level. Like so. 1, 2, 3 tall. So yeah, that could sort of be the next floor up. That'll look good. And then that'll make our mob essence, which will go up to the next floor up, and then feed from there. I mean, we've still got a large amount of space in the battle tower to do loads more after. So we'll get constructing and see how that looks in a bit. Alrighty then. So now we're going to transfer some more spawners over. We're transferring some more zombie spawners across. And Ego has an ender pouch and I have an ender pouch. And together we should make this happen without needing to go too far. So, yeah, without me having to run backwards and forwards between the mob farms like I did last time. So, bing!
Yay!
Yay, it arrived in the right place. Okay, so now I take the teleposer out, put it into the ender chest, and you can now set the next coordinate while I set up the next mob. Yeah, the mob spawner.
Ready?
set the next one up already?
Yep.
Very good, very good. I'll just get the next spawner. Be another zombie one. And take out the focus. Put the focus in there. And lever and zip. Take the focus out. Put it back in the ender chest. And then you set the next one. Jobs are good. There's only spider spawners left now, though. We don't have any other.
It's just not good enough. Done.
It's just... Okay. You're on the top form there. You're on top form.
So I need another 6.
Another 6. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spider spawners. Are there any more? There's no more in the tower, are there?
Nope.
So one more spawner from somewhere else will have to be found. I'm sure there's going to be something around somewhere that we can grab one from. And we'll be back when we've got it all set. Viewers. Okay. So just sealing in all the pipe work, making it look really nice. Do those things not seal in? Oh, they do seal in. Good,
Yeah,
good.
it's just me.
Alright, so we've got lighting on and off for the Skelly farm. That does that. So now Skellies will spawn into the XP farm. That's good. And we can turn it on, and they don't. But there is some dark spots in those corners. So we'll probably put the other couple of lights in there later. Up on the next floor up, we've got all of the spawners that were around. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit and go into bat mode. So I don't...
Do it.
and what have you got here? An energy transfer node there.
Yep.
Which brings the energy up to both spawners. So both spawners are getting energy from that.
Yeah, we've got to put the... what's it? Ender? Is it Ender?
Ender, retrieval node.
The Ender receiver and transmitter. In
Okay.
those. So it's wirelessly sending now.
Wirelessly as well. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's awesome. And basically all the mob drops are just going straight into the dusty bins, yeah?
Yes.
Being trashed. Okay, so we
Hopefully.
can block
If not,
this
I'm gonna
off
cry.
now. I'm going to take this out. There might be 1 or 2 spots that need another couple of bits.
Okay, I think I've got some covers somewhere.
More covers, yeah.
I've got 2 covers. Is that going to be enough?
Maybe.
Maybe, baby.
You need
I've got nowhere to go through.
you need the round ones for that, don't you?
Ow.
There's water
Ow!
there. There you go. There's water there. Be careful. And the trick that we're trying is we put these open block tanks going up here. So hopefully these grinders will just fill directly into these tanks. Otherwise we're going to have to do some water transfer, liquid transfer nodes up instead. We've got space on the back actually to be able to put some transfer nodes on the back and pipe it up to the next floor. But on the next floor we've got, just basically it's going to be a tank. That's basically all we're going to do. We're just going to have a tank on the next floor up to hold all the mob essence. And then pipe it up to the next levels when we need them. But right now, we're going to test it out for the first time. But I do feel like we need to get rid of all those skellies first. So let's just quickly get out of here. Teleport back to base. And let all these skellies despawn for a second. Just get rid of them all. We come out of range and they all just despawn.
I'm a coming.
Perfect.
I'm a coming,
To
Delaza.
turn it all off.
Magic. Right.
Okay, now they've all despawned. We go back through. Right, so now I should be able to disconnect all of the torches. Disconnect all the torches. Take all the torches off. And that mob farm should start working, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine.
Can you take that bottom cobblestone out for me? Just so I
This
can
one?
fly back in quickly. And if you put it back when I'm through, then that'll be awesome.
Do you know our only issue is going to be these tanks?
The tanks could be the only option. Because
gonna let light
in, yeah. Well, that's okay, because we could make that room in total darkness if we put a few half slabs down in the right
Yeah.
places. We can make that room total darkness. Okay, let's start removing the light sources from
Don't
all
die,
of these
Nemi.
spawners. I think I'm going to die. Feels like I'm going to die. Feels like mobs.
Quick, Nem, quick.
Mobs are spawning, all around me, mobs are spawning, all around me, mobs are spawning.
Right, we do have a
And
problem.
they're dying all the time. What?
it's not actually putting the things into the bin
The mob drops. How do you know?
because they're like out in front of me.
Oh, okay, well, that's something to figure out extra then.
That.
But they are killing stuff, which means that I'm surviving in this little ordeal. Okay. They're all dying, but I need to get out. I might go up, actually. You can replace that cobblestone block. I will go up instead.
Well, we're
and out.
getting essence in both tanks.
We are getting essence in both tanks, but is it filling up past the first point? Which is the real question. Once it gets to the point, then it goes past it, then we're good. Oh, you just moved. Yeah, that works as well. Then just move them up. And they do seem to be spawning, even though we've got light levels in here of a certain degree, which is good. Means those tanks don't let in too much.
Yeah.
And
Cal, mate, this one's going for it. Should we have a bet?
have a bet. See which one raises up first.
I reckon it could possibly be the left one.
The left-hand side one. Well, I don't know how much is in them. Okay, first one to the top. Is that what we're planning?
Well, first one to go over the first block, isn't it?
Okay, so you're going to the left. Or
Yes.
do you go to the right?
I'm going to the. I reckon it'll be this one.
Okay, I'll go right then. Fine.
Couldn't
We
they
got
see
spider
us?
jockeys and all sorts there.
Yeah, look, if you watch the skellies, not the skellies, sorry, the spiders can actually see you through the tank.
Yeah, well, that's okay. As long as they come this way, it doesn't matter. So long as they come to the grinders, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as they come this way, we're good. Let's get some more slabs. And re-slab this floor just one higher.
Ooh, this is close.
Yeah, hanging around and watching all. Yeah, making sure.
No, I'm standing next to my tank, so the zombies, so the mobs come to me. I'm not trying to rig this
Good
game.
job. You've got to win. You've got to win. You can't not win it, can you?
No, not if you con me out of all that money on that game.
Con you out of all the money on the game? Well, can't do that anymore because we've got so many now. It's going to be always fair, isn't it? Alright, so it's working well. It's filling up nicely.
It's working very well. If you think these tanks hold 16 buckets,
Yeah?
so we've quite a bit there.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And let's see if it goes over the first level. It's got to fill up that first block. It does, and it's gone up into the next one. Right-hand side wins.
Ah, what? Hacks.
Hacks, no buckets.
What?
Not hacks, buckets. I am terrible. Can't let you win anything these days, can I? Here we go.
But yeah, it's definitely
Yes,
working,
it's
isn't it?
definitely rising up on that side properly, isn't it? That's good. So that will slowly but surely fill up. Now the next test is to go down into the experience farm and see if they're still spawning when we're down there. Right? Because if that's good, then they're in the right place. Oh, I just walked past. Flew past an enderman. Watch the enderman. Careful, enderman. Alright, so now, if we're in here, making all of our armour and XP grinding and all that kind of stuff, if we can still hear them spawning, then we're still in range to be making all the mob essence. And we can experiment with bringing mob essence down here and making it into experience to do more enchanting and stuff. And auto-enchanting and all those kind of things can be done off the mob essence as well, all down here. You ready for an enderman fight?
Not really, no, 'cause I don't actually possess a sword.
You don't possess a sword. We'll get one out of a cupboard, quick. There's plenty of cupboards around.
Hold on, I do.
He's disappeared, he's gone.
Yeah, I was getting a sword.
He got caught on fire. I even put torches down here, look.
Well, I must say, it's doing pretty swanky there now.
It's filling up. It's filling up.
Good idea I had that.
Good idea you had. Yep, well done. Well, I think after spending many hours sorting that mob farm out to that stage, that's all we've got time for. The next stage is to simply add in some mob spawners to use the mob essence, some auto enchanters to use books and all that kind of stuff to automatically make books for us, and so on and so on and so on. Nice and simple, and all the mob drops then can get sent over to the main base as well. So while we're XP grinding over here, we can also be productively generating an income of goodies to send back for useful things. But I've had enough. That's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Me and Ego are now going to get ourselves fully equipped and ready because I want to go off and kill some stuff. Tune in next episode for some action. Goodbye.